I've been dead in water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. Until the break of dawn. I've been seeing farther in dark skies, bringing me for fire, not for time. Following my heart, can't deny. Show you how I play my part. Ghosts in the night don't justify the love we lost, the love we hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. Until the break
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. And I don't know why, but I'm going up the Alp. I don't like riding up the Alp, but 500 meters into it. Well, I know, right?
Oh, shoot.
I'm not there yet.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't change bikes quite yet.
No,
But
no, I
I'm
will.
with you right now. But
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I'll switch once we get through the bug zapper. Oh, come to the bug zapper. Good morning, Katie.
good morning. How are things?
Oh, once Katie messaged me yesterday. Rick was the first person that I let know. Then I went through everybody else and went stories of cookies, killer whales, Justin. Yeah, it's to be expected, Katie. We all know it'll calm itself down over the next few days and weeks. When I had COVID, I couldn't. I just couldn't bear the thought of food, and tomato soup was my was pretty much all I could eat. I went through a lot those couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
I can certainly relate to no solids.
Those were moments where I kept checking in like, hey, you doing okay? You still alive right now?
I wasn't okay.
Yeah, every time it was like, it's gotten worse. I'm like, what? This is supposed to get better, not worse.
There were some weird times. Well, each day I'll get better, Katie. I know you know that.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind
What
of
is
pace
the
I'm going to be able to
5-inch?
climb at today, but what's what?
What is the 5-ish range for?
Pain scale 1 to 10.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, usually whenever I see that, I'm like, especially like when I'm getting checked for something involving pain, I'm like, okay. Well, so I know what my worst pain ever is. And I like want to convey properly because I don't tend to show it on my face as much. I don't think. But trying to convey that, yes, I'm in pain. But yet, I also know that, like, it's got to be a pretty bad pain to be in the top 5. But usually I go top 5 anyway. Just to convey. Just to make up for the fact that I may not be showing it. Then I try to explain, well, I'm a cyclist. But that doesn't. Most people don't understand that. But there is 2 different kinds of pain. There's the kind of pain you bring on yourself, and then the pain that you're not asking for. That means things that you can't get on your bike, pretty much. Man, I am slow.
That's okay. Don't push. I'll when I get to the bottom of the climb, I'll stop, switch bikes, and let them set off together. And I am more than happy with doing 2 to 2.5.
I could tell that I was kind of pushing it, but I was just so excited to be on my bike. And I was just like, so then when I got home, I was looking at where I was last summer, because I know generally this is kind of how I feel all summer. And I just have some days that are like this, that it's like, nope, just gonna ride easily to work. And then, which shouldn't always happen. But yeah, I was looking at my numbers and they're pretty much the same, where it's like this kind of load. But I also noticed right before I peaked last fall, I went through like, it was like a good 2 weeks or so of way less load. And then all of a sudden shot off. So that's why I'm trying to like just keep it real high. And then when I get to Florida, that'll be like my rest. And then when I get back, maybe I'll even just stick with zone 2 for a little bit. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. And then I should get a nice little peak out of that, which then I will soon ruin by riding way too much. And the story will continue.
The ride on enjoy?
Can't stop. I really try to stop and I just can't stop. I like it too much.
I like to move it. That's stuck in my head now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at the bus up there. Stop, switch bikes. Don't forget to switch to the right bike today, Rick.
Oh, yes. I also need to turn on a fan. It's cool in here. I did not turn on the heat pump overnight, and it did drop down to 41 overnight.
Yeah, it's got a cold one here as well. What? How long have they given you, Katie? Have they given you any kind of idea how long it'll be before you can do any form of exercise?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Now I've got Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall saying 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In his lady outfit thing. Oh, how I wanted to look to see how far I had to go. What does that say? 1380 of 1750. I can't do that math this time in the morning. Ooh. 370 meters. That's all I need to get to level 4.
I hate lifting restrictions because it's just so like I have an issue whenever I have lifting restrictions that I'm like,
wow,
I don't ask for help very often. And when you start putting it like that, like a gallon of milk is almost 10 pounds. That's your limit.
I wouldn't have
right
thought
there.
it was that much.
Yeah, typically a gallon of water is roughly 8 pounds, but then you add like density of something like milk. There's my job speaking.
Well, according to Google, a gallon of milk weighs approximately 8.6 pounds. This is a bit more than a gallon of water, which weighs about 8.34 pounds.
Oh wow, it's almost 8.5. Eight. I just need a little over 700 meters. Easy enough until you start going up and you realize it's like quite a few turns up there.
How long do you think your taxiing will take?
I think Heidi's moving her. Man, I'm thinking like half an hour.
Okay.
I need to remember to fill her water bottle.
So,
Awake.
yeah.
I think I have a coffee stop. I will use that. Go fill her water bottle, because if I don't do it right now, I will forget.
All right.
Or there's a good chance I will forget. Because it will be time to go, and I will be under the feeling of rush.
Yeah, this should work out pretty well today. If I'm doing, 2, 3, 2, 4, and you're doing about 2, then we should stay together better than we did yesterday.
Yeah, once I warmed up, which I kind of feel it coming on today. There was about an hour yesterday when I warmed up, and that's where it all went awry for me for the entire day. Because all of a sudden now I can push 2.5 to 3 without thinking.
Yeah, it was a fun race down yesterday.
Apparently I can also then average 245 watts to work.
Nice.
Why not? No, it wasn't nice. It's a horrible idea. I mean, it was amazing how effortless it felt, but geez. It does feel so much better outside. All right, I'm gonna go fill this one.
All right. Yeah, that was a fun race yesterday. So what we're thinking today is, once Rick goes taxi, he can turn around and course down, and then when he comes back, he can teleport to me and finish the climb off, and if I've not finished by then, and then he gets to ride down again. Uh-oh. He's clamped onto the other person. Yeah, backwards. Locked onto whoever that is. Time, he's got about half an hour. He'll probably get about a third of the way up.
We're already out of brewery water now.
Uh-oh.
Luckily, I will refill today.
Yeah. Yeah, you glued onto some other dude who's doing like 1.8 watts a kilo. Right on, dude. Yeah, I ended up doing 3 watts a kilo for the majority of yesterday, 2.93. I knew I'd done something after the ride yesterday.
That ride to work made me really happy, but I really didn't need it. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Other problem is I have this issue with lifting restrictions. Like when my back got hurt, and I kind of had lifting restrictions for like work and stuff, which generally applied to everything. But the reality is, I'm not going to ask someone to lift the big litter bucket off of the shelf at Walmart. I'm going to do it myself. But I just did it carefully. Try not to use the muscles that I was having an issue with. So I'd like, my one technique was get the shopping cart close, and then like use my elbows on my knees as like a crane, and then just like grab it and then just twist it into the bottom of the shopping cart. But that still didn't help me with getting it into the car, which for that one I just pretty much like squatted all the way down, grabbed it. So I'm also trying not to look super weird while doing it. And if I would have done a full lift,
good luck with that.
I would have looked really weird. At least I looked kind of normal, like just taking it from here to there. But then,
Celeste.
When I had to take it out of the bottom of the cart, then it was like I had to squat down all the way anyway. So then I just used my legs completely which is, I mean, what you're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah.
And like lifted on my heels and then into the back of the car. But I just don't want to do that in the store, because then it looks like, I don't know, just something about it when someone lifts ultra properly in a store. It looks like, okay, guy, yeah, good job being a stickler for the rules. And these are the things that go through my head in public. Don't make yourself look like a fool. Don't make yourself look like a fool.
And this is why we love you so much, Rick.
But the rest of the time, when I'm not injured, I can do it pretty well. But when I'm injured, all of a sudden now I feel weakened. Like, oh, they're gonna spot me.
Well, the
Don't want to
normal
be the
place.
weak one in the herd.
So yesterday it was my Scotty giving yours a side eye. Today yours is giving mine the side eye. And I know bearded dragons are good at side eye, but squirrels?
It is an interesting test of like, I guess,
Just
intelligence.
Just
Is
think,
it?
Katie, how much fun it's going to be when you get back on a bike.
Like, for some reason, as humans, we think of like owls. They're very wise and intelligent because they're always watching. But I think intelligence is more based off of a side eye. Because most animals won't give you a side eye. They just look at you straight ahead. And you can always tell when a human might be lacking their abilities a little bit, because you look at them and they're just staring at you and you're like, first of all, close your mouth. Second of all, why are you staring at me? And but if they're closed-mouthed and giving you a side eye, you're kind of like, what are they up to? Because they're thinking about something. They're being smart. Right?
Yeah, just like Brett said yesterday, he'll soon be back and have his 5-minute power.
Yes. Garmin has completely given up on me at this point. Doesn't matter what I do. It just has my VO2 just down. It's like, nope, you've gone too far. And I'm like, but Garmin, I only have, what do I have? I only have 7 days left. Come on now. Give me these 7 days. We'll push it all the way to the limit. And then I'll take a week off. I swear. It is amazing. I don't think I've ever pushed Garmin to this point where it's like, nope. Maybe I have. Maybe I did last year. I don't know. But it's, yeah. Garmin's like, you do not get any VO2. Doesn't matter how good your heart rate is. At this point, it's all just fatigue. I don't know. Part of me is thinking maybe day off tomorrow. We'll see. And then, depending on how things look, and then just smash it for the rest of the week until I leave.
Yeah. Yes, Katie,
Not
it's
over smash it, but you know.
living in the moment. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. when you're really in the thick of it, it's really just down to a minute at a time
Yep.
and gradually an hour at a time.
And then a day at a time.
Then you just hope it never turns into a year at a time. That's too relaxed. That's when you just forget stuff. Like, what did I even do last year? It's funny how like the trying moments are like what makes life life, because it slows everything down and also gives you experiences to branch off of. It's like they are not pleasant, but so necessary. Yeah. Yeah, right now you're living, how often do you get the meds? Like once an hour? So in a way, you're living 1 hour at a time right now. You're like, okay, when do I get the next treatment? Just waiting for that IV bag to show up. Or the nurse with the shot to put in the IV bag. Or do you have a button? I don't think I've ever
Everyone's got a butt. You're sitting on it.
Oh no, the button. Not the butt. That would mean that the surgery went completely awry. You're like, no!
What, a butt
Not
removal?
my butt. I did not come here for a butt removal. Ah, yes. Oh yeah, so they're doing it like as prescribed. Yeah, typically those are every 6 hours, which we all know that when the pain is really on, 6 hours is way too long, but that's all right. It's still working. That's the thing. It's like you just get used to it, but it's still working, because once it really wears off, then you're like, oh, that was the pain. Okay. Never mind. I guess it was working. And it is amazing when you're really dealing with something that's causing pain, especially because of swelling. It is amazing how sneaky good ibuprofen is. You don't notice it take effect like you do with a narcotic, but you do. You just all of a sudden think about it later and you're like, wow, that worked.
Yeah, I much prefer naproxen as a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory than ibuprofen. It's a lower dose, it lasts longer.
Yeah.
Always got a bottle of those in, just in case.
One thing I hate about being put on narcotics, I love to be put on them. They're great. They're great. But I hate the last dose, you know? I'm always just like, oh man, I'm gonna miss this. But it's always time to say goodbye. I did have a short dabble when I was a youngster with what happens when you don't say goodbye and you continue to try to hang out. It doesn't go well. You don't feel better. So now I make sure I say goodbye every time.
Hey, we've got David Bowie behind
Oh,
us.
really? Yeah, probably a bit intense, but I mean, it worked. Those ones definitely, they'll work, but they are a little intense. You get the nod offs.
Yeah, well, it is David Bowie with,
The real David Bowie?
well, his profile picture. I'm sure he's real.
It's gotta be.
No tick though.
It's funny whenever I see stuff like that, I'm always like, well, why wouldn't they ride Zwift? Because the way I look at it is like, why doesn't everybody ride Zwift? It's like a nice, easy way to get a quick accomplishment. Like, there, I worked out.
Yeah.
And it always feels like a good workout. An hour ride when you don't ride much is like, whew, wow. There you go. I just did so much work. You want to tell everybody about it? 500 meters of climbing left. I'm hearing lots of movement. Ooh, actually, yeah, I am gonna have to leave any moment now. I don't think I'm getting it today.
You will.
But
You,
I am.
so here's my plan. When you have to go, switch bikes, turn around, course down, and then when you get back, teleport to me. We'll finish the climb off. Get you 500 meters, or close to it.
Yeah.
And then we course down again.
Something. I mean, at this point, I'm doing good with my recovery ride because I'm not sure what the limit is in time before Garmin stops looking at it as a recovery. I don't know why I'm working for Garmin. Why am I working for Garmin? I found myself doing these things. I mean, I do feel tired, but I also feel like I'm trying to make Garmin happy. Like, look, Garmin, give me another chance. I did recovery. I did what you said. Interval says I'm working hard, but that I'm still good. I'm not in like any sort of detriment. I'm not gonna hurt myself. Garmin's like, you may die from this. Yeah, intervals is good. Yeah, Garmin said yesterday, take 4 days off. It was 3.5 days after my ride to work, 4 days after my ride home. I'm like, really? Then the only problem is if I took 4 days off, then I'd get unproductive. At least right now I'm not getting unproductive. I'm just getting overreaching. Which is essentially the same as overachiever.
We'll see when we get there, Casey. We've got a couple of weeks. You gonna course down with us? Actually, if you wanted to, when Rick's done, you could course down with him. And then when we get to the top, you can course down with me and Rick.
Yeah, get some riding time.
Keep that streak. Gotta keep I nearly said Cotty. Scotty.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to drop down pretty quick on intervals. When you look at the intervals timeline, you're like, wow, only that many days and I'll already be like reversed pretty much. But right now I'm sitting at the highest. I started intervals in maybe like December.
You don't need to pay your trainer, Kate. You just start Zwift, skip through the pairing. You do it on your phone.
Yeah, you can.
You've got Zwift installed on your phone.
And then you can just connect. But the oh yeah, so then it was getting information from like I think September or something, maybe on. And right now, supposedly, my fitness number is the highest it's been since intervals can tell.
Okay. Yeah, I've been sat in meetings when
Yeah, on
Rick's
the laptop, it should work.
been going down the Alp, and he's got my phone out, skipped through the pairing screen, and then chosen to ride with Rick.
Yeah. I did hear
Off we
stories
go.
of people getting kilometers when the upgrades first started from work and stuff. Just joining people on the Alp.
It was repetitions. Just don't save the ride. You don't need to save it to keep the streak. Well, it's up to you whether you save it or not, but you don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah, just like that.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh, boy. I am sitting heavy on my hands. If I moved my arms right now, my face would hit the handlebars so hard. I have no core strength going on right now at this moment.
I can hold you up.
So tired. Thanks.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if I put my arm out here. Yeah. What was I say? Oh yeah, today's probably going to be a day of like head on hand, elbow on table, waiting for things to happen at work. It's gonna be a nice day today again. It does look like it kind of like dips back down to the real average temperature though, which is like around 60.
We had a little bit of rain last night, some storms to help wash the moss killer and grass feed in. Oh.
So I look at this dip back from the 70s into the 60s and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna start getting cold. But then I try to remember last week, the beginning of the week, I believe at that point we were still waiting for our first 60-degree day up here in Bangor.
No, we definitely had that yesterday.
I'm already like, oh man, only 60s? I want 70s now. This is why it's never good if we get 70s early in April, because it's gonna turn. We might have snow afterwards. At least, like, you know, frozen precipitation that may not stick, but we will have, there's a good chance that it will get cold again.
I'm going to keep going back to it, but the only time I've taken off work when I've been here has been when I had COVID. And at the end of the first week. So I'm really, really good friends with my team leader. And we chat a lot. And the end of the first week, she said to me, I don't expect to see you back next week. And if she hadn't said that, I would have tried and failed.
Yay, meds. Love it. So what did you do in the hospital? Oh, I sat around, waited for meds, watched The Price is Right, Little House Hunters.
Well,
It's like kind of the thing you always hope for. Like, I could use a day just sitting around watching cable TV. I haven't done that in a while. Until you get enough of it, which is really not that much to get enough. That's for sure.
yeah, right.
That's the thing too. I feel like hospitals have a little catching up to do. It's also been a while since I've been in a hospital, but I mean, I know hotels, they took a moment, like the cheaper ones, to like catch up with. There was a moment there where it was almost better to stay at home than to go to a hotel, because it was like, well, I have my shows at home, but at a hotel I have to watch cable. And I feel like hospitals, you know, they're not as excited to catch up.
Well, it's yeah. Sounds like you've got a good employer, Katie. An understanding like that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, you never really, I feel like it must be one of those things where it's like you're having like something that kind of concerns you, but it's not, you know, it doesn't get in the way too much, and you don't tell anybody, or even if you do, nobody really thinks anything of it. And then you find out it's something worse, and you let them know. Let work know. They're like, what? But you were fine the other day. I feel like that's just the worst part, is just the fact that it's so silent and so easily so easy to just kind of gloss over and push off as just, it's just something. Oh, nice.
Well, back when I used to have my own phone system around the house, all of the phones were 1,000 and something extension numbers, and then each phone had another extension number, which was 2,000 and something, and that just popped you straight on the speaker.
Of course.
So,
Of course you had an entire corporate phone system in your house. Why wouldn't you?
well, I made it myself. Still got all the phones. I had a phone number in the town that my parents lived in back in the UK, so they could call the local number and my phones here would ring. And set up least cost routing, so depending on the number I dialed, it would choose the least cost path to send a call out over. So if I was calling the UK, it would send it out over an international trunk that I had. Free calls to the UK. Didn't cost me anything to call my parents. Anyway, like I said, I had all my extensions were 1,000 and something, and then 2,000 and something would put you straight on speaker on that extension. So you could make, if Yolanda was cooking in the kitchen, for example, I could call the kitchen extension on 2,000 and something, and she didn't have to pick the phone up to talk to me. Straight on speaker.
Right.
And then I had another one that put you on speaker on every phone. So you could make a house-wide announcement. Yes. I do, Katie. There we go. Stage 4 upgrade earned.
Nice. Oh, I think I hear sounds. That mean? Are you almost ready? Oh, I think we got a moment. Luckily, both places are pretty close together.
I configured it so that, with the girls being really young at the time, if anyone called my US number, or if anyone called my UK number, if anyone called any number, then all of the phones in the house would ring except the ones in their rooms, because I didn't want them picking up the phone. As young kids. But on a Sunday morning, we'd wake up, and we knew the girls were awake. They were just leaving us alone, and we called them. I remember one day using the house-wide announcement to say, "Mummy and Daddy request your presence in their bedroom." Hope came up running in. What presents?
Oh, little kids.
Yeah, I remember once as well. I can't remember whether it was Faith or Hope. I think it was Hope. Came into our bedroom on a Sunday morning, and we wanted a little bit more sleep. So, told her to go back to her bedroom, got to sleep for a little bit. And she said, "Oh, I'm tired of sleeping."
When Grace was little, she had these glasses that were just, man, they were cuteness intensifiers by so much. She looked like a little cartoon character. It was just amazing. And just everything she did, it was always just like, oh, it's like my street cat, He just has this cuteness about him. And it's just, no matter what he does, you're always like, wow, look how cute he looked when he did that.
So, after, I'm going to tell a story now, Katie. After her first surgery, I got a couple of boxes of Jaffa cakes and a Toblerone. Came down at the basement, found a box, it had a few things in it, I emptied all of those out. Put the Jaffa cakes and the Toblerone in there, boxed it up, put the address on, took it to the post office. Well, sends me a photograph when it arrives. I thought I'd emptied everything out. I hadn't. I left a little extra present in there. She showed me a picture of what was in there. It was a 10 kilo ohm resistor. So, but yesterday I said, well, next package I send, I'll have to put another present in there. And before long, you'll be able to make something.
Nice. Yesterday I ended up needing to drive in town, so I took the company truck. In order to do that, I needed to let Heidi in to the door because she thought I was still home, and I was not. So my excuse was going to Lowe's, and on the way to Lowe's is the store that could potentially have the Jaffa cakes. And I was about ready to pull in there, and I was like, oh, I'm in such a rush. So I was not planning for having to do that. So I didn't stop, but I need to do it eventually here.
Yeah. When I get this mountain bike fully upgraded, just need to finish off the TG bike, which is at stage 3 already, and the hand bike. That's only at stage 2, but you can find some flat routes, I guess. I was so here's the proof that I have a geeky daughter. I print the resistor color code out for her one day. The following day I give her a resistor. She's memorized it.
Nice.
Proud dad.
Yeah. This is taking a little while to get going. I got a lot to do in a short period of time.
Well, it's more meters for you.
Yeah, I am at least accomplishing that.
If I get to the top and you're not back, I'll wait for you.
All right. Then we can race.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, because I'm gonna try. It's gonna be a waste of distance, but if I try the 8x, then I can at least do that experiment.
Yeah. Well, Dan start riding before we did. He's finished now. Yeah. Well, that's the halfway point.
I feel like rest days are good for like a full reset and whatnot, but I also feel like there's something about when you pedal to that point where even if you have a high fatigue level going on, you pedal to that point where all of a sudden it starts feeling not as bad, which was like 40 minutes today. I mean,
Not sad, Katie.
Just do 40. Ooh, ice pack.
Make a bottle up. I am going to. Wow, this dude's hauling butt. I was going to say I'll coffee stop on this guy. Have you got a coffee stop?
Yeah, I must have one again. Yeah.
Let's coffee stop on this guy. Oh, I missed him.
Ooh. Go. Yeah.
Oh, we've coffee stopped together.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, now we're barely moving. Okay. There we go. Oh!
I'm
Whoa!
zooming up to this guy now.
Oh, and then it's off.
Oh, you carried on going.
I already got the momentum blast. Now I'm flying at 2 watts per kilo. Wow, that really flung me. This guy's like, what is happening?
All right, I'm going to fill a bottle here.
700. Thanks for that.
Yeah, they've capped us with zoomies now, Katie. Gone are the days when you can get 600 kilometers an hour. They've capped it at 60, allegedly.
That's still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you get to do it going up the Alp.
I found out yesterday that that's Holly's top speed. She gets nervous at 60. I think she's at 65.
Oh, your twin?
Starts applying brakes. Yeah. And I was like, ooh. Or maybe that was me. No. Yeah, that was me. I do 65. She does 45. That's what it was. 45 is when she gets nervous. I was like, really? Like 30 miles an hour?
Oh.
I didn't get anywhere. Mine is once I get past like 40 miles per hour, the sketchiness just increases with each extra bit of speed.
I was doing that with a laughing, giggling Hope on her on the pull along behind me.
All right, I think that's my time.
All right.
I'm so close too.
How much do you need? Thank you for the ride on, Katie.
I need another 140-ish.
Okay. All right.
Maybe a little more.
Oh.
And I'm really close to the dog mud. Come on. All right. I shall return.
All right. Quite still off a bit. That's the one I'm looking for. You bring Rick back when he gets back. Yeah. Well, yesterday I did say that I wouldn't be streaming today, and then I thought, wait a minute, we're not going to be setting off till lunchtime, so I can stream. Little leveling out bit here. I'm going to stop and upgrade the bike and see how far I've got to go to the next one. I've got to go 1800 meters. I ain't doing that today. Got another 500 or so going up here. So I'll get it next time. Max this one out. Yeah, we need breakfast stream on Thursday. I'm hoping I can get Yolanda to drive around the time that we'll be racing, and I'll be able to sit in the passenger seat and watch and answer the ride on Rick. 6:40, it'll be half an hour, so 7:10. Bit of math. Close to the top, but I'm not going to be at the top. Yeah, I'm actually tempted to take my Surface as my personal hotspot on my phone, so I can watch the stream on that and join Discord on my phone. I could just do it all on my phone, on my Surface rather, one of my headsets. Yeah, I'm just looking at the times for the remaining segments. 14, 15, 18, 23. Yeah, I'll be close to the top. And we've already had 10 minutes, so we have about 15 minutes of climbing left, if he takes half an hour. Yeah, I mean, the first time I went up here on the mountain bike, it took me an hour and a half. 90 minutes. I'm riding easier than I did that time right now, and so it's probably going to take me somewhere around 92 minutes, something like that. Total. That was a fun race, that was a fun TTT. Lord of Sky, I really enjoy that one. It's a hammerfest for the bees at the start, and then it's pretty much just encouraging the C's for the rest of the ride. Coordinate switch at the top, and then have fun on the descent. I remember riding up here one day and I found a friend at the bottom, and he said, I'm only planning on going halfway up. I said, nah, you've got to go all the way up. So, I was actually going for a personal record on it that day, and I beat the hour. I'm chatting with him all the way up. I said, well, you've got to ride to the top now. He said, why? I said, because I'm sat at the top waiting for you so that we can ride down together. Fun days. Long one coming up, 7 to 6. Another one. What, 3? Then there was tiddlers after that. Got pedals turning. Hey there, Nick. Yeah, Katie said that she half expected you being here by now, and I said that I'd said yesterday that I wasn't going to be streaming or riding. And I thought afterwards, wait a minute, I'm not going to be leaving until maybe around lunchtime. Of course I'm going to be able to ride. Yeah, and it's going to get longer and longer, Katie, so you'll be able to hang with. yeah, well, I always will if I can, and I could, so I did. So, Nick, I made some Kendall mint cake yesterday. Yeah. I got it a bit hot in the pan. It didn't burn, but it crystallized way too quickly. So it's kind of a bit crumbly, but I'm sure it'll taste right. About a third of the way up this segment now. I've got one of those non-contact thermometers. I couldn't find my sugar, my candy thermometer. Well, use that to get it to the right temperatures. About 2 hours of me just gently heating it, stirring it all the time. My fingers were aching from all the stirring. I'd settle for ice cream as well, Katie. Halfway up this segment now. Oh, now that would be an interesting combination, Nick. Basically, Katie, it's sugar. So when I made it last night, it's a pound of sugar, 4 fluid ounces of milk. Put it in the pan, heat it up till the sugar dissolves, and then bring the temperature up. Boil it off till it gets to softball temperature. Take it off the heat, stir it briskly for a couple of minutes, put it back on the heat, bring it to about 119 degrees Celsius, and then take it off the heat. I took it to a little bit more, so I boiled off too much water. When it gets to temperature, throw in a teaspoon of peppermint essence, mix it up, pour it into a pan to set. Very else something. Yeah, well, you can buy it there, Nick. Go in a store here and ask for Kendall mint cake, and they'd look at you. What? Yes. Yeah, I used to make it quite a bit back in the day. That and treacle toffee. You get treacle toffee just right, and it's crunchy to start with, and then it goes gooey in your mouth. Yes, it's sweet mint. And with a pound of sugar in it, can't be anything but. 10 minutes to a coffee stop. I need someone to be going fast and pass me. There's number 6. Got 10 minutes and Wick should be back. So I'll still have sections 1 and 2 to go. And 4 to 3 is a longish one. I haven't heard of that, Katie, no. There's an ice cream place not far from Fond du Lac that won some kind of award. I went there last year with a couple of friends, and easy to see why they won an award. Yeah, Romney's Kendal mint cake, Nick. Romney's. We used to live in Kendal for a little while. We were there for a couple of years. Five pints. That brings something else up in the mind. St. Ivel 5 pints, Nick. Remember that. Powdered milk. Oh my. I think we'll allow that one, Katie. Katie got auto-modded. Oh my. Oh, good old auto-mod. I'll tell you after. No. No. I didn't know what route to ride this morning. I knew I needed less than 500 meters of climbing, so I was looking at routes that had 500 meters of climbing. Well, then I figured, well, hey, if I go a little further, I go a little further, and I get some extra. Here we go, Katie. Duck step time. I need to, if Hope Hope likes ducks. So if Hope ever leaves her phone unlocked in front of me, I need to load this song on it. Edit it, I know, edit it down. Edit it down so I've got a ringtone link excerpt from it and set that as a ringtone. 5 minutes. Can I keep Kevin Chang behind me for 5 minutes? Probably not. Hope we stop on someone doing nearly 4 watts a kilo. Gonna get me almost to turn 3. Yeah. I have to watch his carrot. Yeah, Carl and Steve are going to be coming with on our little road trip today. Yep. Should be on his way back now. We've got about 300 meters left of this climb now. Oh dear. Legs are tired now. I need to get a couple of reasonable runs in this week, next week, week after. We've got a 5k coming up on the 21st. See how we do on that. I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities. Yeah, Katie. I haven't maxed this bike out yet. And I'd like to do the ethos. Need to get that one done before the end of the year. So I'm at maxed out for the next UTT up the Alp. Yep. Speaking of Rick, come on, where are you? NXP, yay. I bet it gives me a feather at the top. $1,500 meters of climbing remain. I proved yesterday that I could do that in a day. We've got the time. Yeah. Like I said, strenuous to us, it's something completely different to a couch potato. Yeah, I'm discussing. Right, Kevin, bring me home. Apparently I can't keep you behind me for 5 minutes. Yes. Nice work, Kevin. At 3:15 yesterday morning, I got a call from work. Only I didn't know it was from work. I answered the call, or I picked the call up, and it said, "This is a robo-dialer. Press 1 to continue the call, or 2 to end it, whatever." I'm not pressing 1. I don't know what it is. Don't recognize the number. So I just hung up. Next thing, it calls me, same number calls my cell number. That's my work number it called first. I sent it straight to voicemail. Voicemail transcribed the call, which said, "Want to run the car?" I'm thinking, right, okay, I'm blocking this number. So I blocked it. I saw it in the morning when I get up, chat with my team leader. She said, "Yeah, I got calls as well." I talked to another member of my team. "Yeah, I got calls as well." So I'm thinking, right, okay, we've got, it's a work call. But why? Why did I end up with a call talking about, it was actually renting a car, want to rent a car? Why did I get a call that said that in it? And it turns out that the problem that they called us for wasn't something that they should have called us for anyway. Yay! Crazy work. Well, I suppose I should get back on. Thank you, Kevin. Oops. Off you go, Kevin. Oh no, can't say that, Katie. We need Rick. No, I'm quite okay with him riding off into the distance. Nick. They're all at it now. Final turn coming up. I bet Rick's gone to Aldi and bought some Jaffa cakes. I've got half a pack left. That might be my breakfast. What did I do yesterday? Oh yeah. So there's this Indonesian food called perkedel, and it's kind of like a potato cake, fried. They're very nice. If you go in KFC in Indonesia, you can ask for perkedel. They have them there. So anyway, Yolanda made some the other day. So I'd been eating those with my chicken curry. Well, yesterday, I made some cheese on toast and put perkedel on top of them. Made a sandwich. Oh, they were good. Might do the same again today. Yeah, we briefly mentioned them earlier, Nick. A couple of occasions. So we've already mentioned food. We've got that out of the way. Made a cup of tea yesterday and Had some Jaffa cakes with that. I'm hoping we will be able to get to the kids' university early enough on Friday that we can call at a place called Niles. There's a Radio Shack there that sells Polymaker 3D filament, 3D printing filament, and on Fridays they have it reduced. Like it. If I can get a couple of reels. I want to try some different stuff. I'd like to try printing in polycarbonate. Hey, good morning, Greg.
We seem to have lost Rick. I see a bike saddle.
No, he's gone playing taxi. I'm gonna wait for him in a second, and then we'll go down the Alp together once we get to the top here. Thank you for the ride on.
Yeah. Oh.
Katie says hi, Greg.
Katie, Corey?
Yes.
Good. Good morning.
Nick says morning, Greg, as well.
Morning.
Everyone's here.
I haven't been able to ride since Friday, so I guess you could say I'm fresh, but I don't feel that way.
So last Friday evening, I joined a little race. It was on Macaron.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2.6 kilometer route. It's a route badge, and it's basically a sprint race. So 2.6 kilometers ends on the cobbled sprint, and it's one of those races that could go one of two ways. It's either going to be a hammerfest from the go, or people's going to take it easy and then just sprint on the sprinty bit, and that's exactly what they did on Friday. I was still on my flat pedals, so I had no plans if it was a hammerfest to try and stay with anybody. But it was a fun little ride, and I got my route badge. So I've got all the route badges again. Until next time. So we did science yesterday. I went up Ventop. Rick and I did, and we got to the top. He switched to the Dogma for the descent. I switched to the handbike. I gave him a 2-minute head start. I still caught and passed him. Neither of us pedaling.
That thing's that much fast. That's crazy.
Yeah. Once I'd set off, the deficit thing said he was nearly 5 minutes ahead of me when I set off. And I caught and passed him before the bottom. I had him by about 20 seconds by the time we both got to the bottom. What am I going to get? What are the bets? I think gloves.
Helmet.
There we go. Greg got it. Greg called it.
What do you get now? Because I'm sure you have everything, right?
Yeah, you get XP.
Yeah.
Or drops. One or the other. Can't remember.
All right.
Here he is. Perfect timing, Rick. I just got to the top.
Hey, Greg.
Work.
All right.
On here. Yes.
All right. What are we doing on? Oh, you got hand bike. I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be able to.
This is gonna end up making me change my mind because I am right on the edge. Only 7 more kilometers.
Well, do it then.
Go down on that.
Finish it off. I'm moving, so you should be able to teleport to me.
Actually,
There
I'm
you
just
are.
gonna do the KX because then I'll have something next time to go after.
All wheels. Nice work, Katie. That's a lot of extra points. That is.
Okay.
Rick in it. Nick in it.
Ready?
Yep.
Is this another test? We just gonna go and then coast?
Well, so yesterday, someone was on the chat. Lumo was on the chat and said that the KDEX was as good, if not better, than the handbike on the descent, and we're not so sure. So we're going to find out.
Yeah.
We got to get away from each other, otherwise you're gonna get draft. Oh yeah, so the
Well-
handbike's in front.
Well, that's the thing. So Rick's on a TT bike, so he's not going to get draft off me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get draft off him if I'm behind, but I don't think I'm going to be behind.
Yes, I have a feeling. So I feel like we already tested this on one of the TTTs.
Yeah.
That I was watching Ian try to keep up with everybody on hand bikes because he had switched to the KDEX because he had misheard.
Yeah. Yes, you have, Katie. You absolutely have.
Man, it is a beautiful day outside again. All right. Stop right on the descent.
You tell me when you're going to stop.
All right, I'm stopping now.
All right, I've stopped too. No steering, no pedaling. Just coasting.
Definitely. You're gaining ever so slowly. The KDEX is close. Like I'm holding on more than I would on any other bike, that's for sure. Hey, there's Nick.
And there's Nick. Hey up, Nick.
Yeah. It's definitely like it's holding on better than any other bike.
Let's
But
slow.
I'm really feeling
Watch the
feeling
next.
like
The
hand bike is definitely slipping away.
the
What's that,
handbike
Greg?
railed that. The handbike railed the corner faster.
It yeah, I think if you try to do this in real life, you'd end up upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, handbike's definitely pulling away.
Yeah.
I mean, it is impressive that the KDX is this close, but
Yeah.
you can
Nick's-
definitely see where Ian was having to like really smash it to keep up with everybody.
Yeah. Nick's splitting the
He was
two of
able to
us.
stay in the group, but with
Which bike
big
are you on, Nick?
explosions.
Well, I guess Nick's got a bit of. I don't mean this in a bad way, Nick, but I think you've got a bit of gravity assist, haven't you?
Well, I was gonna say, what's the weight between you two, Andy, Rick?
Pretty much the same.
I think we're pretty close.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And there's Katie.
I think
Welcome.
I'm sitting at like 70 kilos. I actually need to weigh again. Hey guys, wait up. Everybody's gone.
We've all left Rick behind.
So far, I mean, you could give or take like a second because you did start like a little bit ahead of me, just a tad. Not much though. But either way, that makes 7 seconds, 8 seconds now.
Yeah.
If the countdown is correct. If the time is
Fun's
correct.
off now.
Yeah, it's chilly in here. I didn't turn on the heat pump last night because it was just so warm yesterday, and it was warm in here. And man, upstairs stayed warm, but then I came downstairs and it was quite the difference.
Who's Skinny Mini?
65 in here.
Katie's doing a good job of keeping up as well.
What is this?
He's on a non-upgraded TT bike.
Although there is a little bit of a difference with height. I wonder how much that affects things. It's not that much of a difference, but I think being the taller rider does give you a little bit of a CBA disadvantage.
My Scotty's getting annoyed now. I'm squishing him.
So really, the only way to fully prove it would be exactly the same on everything.
Ooh, I've got 75k until my next upgrade on the hand bike.
We're now looking at 15 seconds. I think that makes up for CBA.
Katie's 5.3. Nick's on a Canyonero 2024. I wonder how the halos are do descending.
I would imagine pretty well.
Yeah.
So I think that Project 74 is one of the best on flats, and I would imagine downhills too, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Just not on. It's horrible on uphills, I guess.
We'll have to test that one when I get back. I haven't bought it yet, but Harry raced on that last Friday, and I beat him. I was on the Dogma. Was I on the Dogma? Did I race a Dogma? I think I did. Yeah, my only target for that ride was to get the route badge.
Normally when I'm on my regular bikes, like the Dogma, right now, Andy's like at least a full section ahead of me.
Yeah.
There's only half a section on the KDX.
Yeah, I can see your little blue dot. I'm just coming up to the turn now. Yeah. 178 centimetres. What's that in inches, Nick?
Yeah, I'm
English, please.
182. I know that. I can't translate it, but I know that I'm 182. That's 6 feet, so
I'm 5'10".
then I can roughly guess.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Katie. Do I see Rick 23 seconds behind now?
Although with my cleats on, I think I'm 183. Maybe more. Actually, yeah, because they're probably like 2 centimeters. So yeah, 184 centimeters on my cleats. So 178 is 5'10"ish.
Guess so. What are you doing this morning, Greg?
Oh, just riding France Gentle 8.
Oh, okay. Yep. Route badge timing.
Yep. Just started the climb now.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'm wondering if I should climb just a little bit to get that upgrade for the climbing. Start fresh
Yeah,
on the next day.
I was thinking you might be back in time to, for the last couple of sections of the Alp. You can always turn around when you get to the bottom. Let's do a little bit.
Wait, I did switch bikes, right? Oh yeah, I'm on the Cadex. Ha! Wow. Holy. Doing all right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I didn't see what the deficit was by the time I got to the bottom. It must have been about 40 seconds. I saw it as 36. And we were almost there. But
So I have 179 more meters. Wow.
179.
That's actually a little bit. But, oh well. Might as well.
Yeah, I've got 1400 meters to max out the mountain bike. How far you got to go?
179 or 179, and then I'm on the last level, which I think is another 5,000 meters.
Yeah. Oh, I've got. Ooh. Yeah,
It's crazy.
1400 meters. Well, 1330 to max out the mountain bike, I've got 77k, no, 67k on the handbike. Get that to level 3. Got to do on the dogma. About halfway on that. Get that to level 4. Thanks for that, Katie. $380. What the next step is on the dogma, the final one. Yeah, nice work, Katie. That's all we need. Just keep your streak going.
I think
That was proper, Rick.
40-ish or 740. Holy. I think of it that way.
Well, Rick, I have 101 meters. Can I just give it to you?
That'd be nice. I don't know why I'm doing this right now, but
donate some.
I just feel like it's proper to have this level finished, and then next time I ride, start on a new one. Maybe like do all my next rides, workouts on Ventop or something.
There you go.
Might just do a little bit on Tempest Fugit on a dogma. Should I do it on the handbike?
For some reason I don't really mind Ventop right now. It's kind of a perfect amount of time for a full ride.
Yeah.
I'm usually invested in about 2 hours on a normal day. All right, almost at 100. At 600, I will need 140 more.
Yeah.
Yesterday I did my first outdoor ride. I went to work, and then on the way home, I hit some of the climbs around town, and one of them I feel like every year I do find out it's 18%, and it's obviously steep, but man, that is so surprising every time. It's like after a winter of 18%, or being on through the trainer difficulty and not actually like feeling that. It is an amazing thing. The amount of watts you have to produce to keep going, and with just how jacked up the front of the bike is.
Yeah, I want to work on canyon bikes yet. I haven't done anything on any canyon bikes, so I can get that crazy Halo bike.
There's a Canyon Halo bike?
Yeah, it's oh no, it's a Cannondale, isn't it?
Yeah. Cannondale Specialized Pinarello's with. Cannondale's got that rollerblade front wheel.
Yeah, which is why I want it. Oh, finish my bottle. No, we'll get moving. How long will we ride for? But come on, pedals, wake up. There we go. So, Greg, on that macaron race on Friday, I found out just how much stability being clipped in gives. Because on that sprint, I tried hammering it on my flat pedal adapters and tennis shoes, and I had quite a wobble on.
Yeah, trying to pull, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no. That's why I don't get the big movement to flat pedals on mountain bikes. You lose so much efficiency in your pedal stroke.
Yeah.
I started riding with flat pedals, obviously. And I remember I would get like good efficiency out of them. Like I definitely had that whole like scrape and push thing going on, where I'd get as much of the motion to have power as possible. Wore through some shoes doing that. Like my shoes would stretch from just like keeping that kind of motion. But man, I just don't get it, because I depend on being clipped in so much in races, especially when I stand and I start really like yanking. To really put the moves on. Not back to the top. Just to the 740 meter point.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me when you're getting ready to turn around.
We're gonna have some wacky Strava maps.
I know, right?
Lines everywhere. Love it though, because this one's gonna be like a recovery ride, and it's still 2 hours again. What the heck? What am I? I have a problem.
Let's talk
Whenever I
about
ride recovery.
Hi, I'm Rick, and
Whenever
I have a
ride
problem.
Recovery, I'm having too much fun. Recovery
Thanks
just
for the
makes
ride on
me
again,
wanna
Nick.
Ride and ride and ride.
My name's Rick. I identify as being part of my bicycle.
It's normal to feel sad when you're not on your bike, right?
You look outside and it's like, why am I here? Well, it looks great out there. Yeah.
Man, that was so much fun yesterday. I was seeing the time pass, and I'm like, you know what? Heidi will understand. It's sunny out. When I know full well she'll never understand, but
Yeah, Nick wants to know if there's an Alp Anonymous group that you can go to.
Yes.
you know, a bunch of quitters. I don't associate with quitters. Yeah, you just can't beat a sunny day, and the city was looking so good, and especially once I got to the like highest point of the city, couldn't stop taking pictures. Sometimes it's nice to look back and be like, wow, this is a pretty nice area. this place isn't bad. I get so used to everything. And it's like, I could live in an extremely flat place and not have, terrain in the background to see.
Yeah.
And then there's what Greg has, which is just, you see absolute terrain. You see alpine peaks in the background.
What was it that I
don't
laughed
see
out
any
loud
of
at? Oh yeah. So I was watching Owen's CRL race last week, and there was a couple of his team members that were riding together, and one of them said, "Don't you burrito me, you." I laughed out loud. I had my headphones on. I laughed out loud at that.
Yeah, I have moments sometimes. But, I mean, luckily, I'm in, usually I'm the only one in my section of the brewery. Once in a while, someone will wander out. But I'm pretty sure
What is it you need to go to? 740?
they'll hear me laughing. What's that?
What do you need to go to? 740?
Oh,
Thereabouts.
to get the 740 should be right around the next upgrade for this. Now I'm questioning whether or not if I changed bikes, but I know I did. I do kind of need a day to replenish the glycogen levels. I think I did not mix up a bottle that was really ready for how much power I was going to put down on my ride to work and back home. And I was already feeling pretty depleted. I should have known better. I wasn't going to go easy. I was going to be excited, and it was not going to feel like I was going as hard as I was going. And then once I realized how hard I'm going, now I'm like, well, might as well keep it up.
So
I was also going for average speed, and that's kind of tough once you get in town.
that macaron race, it was Swift Racing Score categorized, and it was categorized as, I can't remember what the bottom of the band was that I managed to fit in. Top was 520. My race score's 517. At the end of the race, it went up 2. It's now 519. So I still just fit in that category. All right, Nick.
All right, almost here.
Yeah, we're waiting
That
for
means you
Rick's.
can keep your work going. And then you come back 3 minutes later with a coffee and your work's already been done for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Any second, Rick should get his upgrade.
Apparently I didn't map right.
That's
Oh,
a
wow.
surprise.
Getting worse. By every meter. Oh, wow. How far was I off? There we go. 4 meters off.
All right. Nice here there.
You're broke, Rick.
Oh, wait. I am at the maximum level. Holy. Never mind.
Nice.
Wow. For some reason, I was thinking that was a level 4. Okay. So I've done
Let's
it.
switch to
Never
another
mind.
bike. You at least get the kilometers down. What do you need?
Yeah. Yeah, because I'd only need 7 kilometers. I guess I'll just be riding a little more. This could never end. Now I can get the expensive bike.
Oh,
Ooh. How much is it? 10 million? Wow.
10,000 or 10 million, yeah.
10 million. You are broke, my friend.
All right, on the dogma. And
Wait for Andy.
Well, he's got
yeah.
to be moving for me to teleport to him.
Oh.
uh,
Well, you should have kept climbing then. That's not right.
There he
Here,
is.
take it away.
All right, I'm coming. There we go. I'm with you.
I put on the brakes to slow down a little.
I can't because my braking's turned off.
Yeah, mine's turned off too.
Wow, yeah, I really thought I had a whole other one going, but I guess, yeah, 4,000 meters makes sense for the last one. I really thought there was going to be a 5,000 meter challenge.
I was tempted to ask if we should both go down on our Project 74s, but I haven't bought mine yet.
Does that one have 5 upgrades?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all do.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking about it wrong. That when it's on 4, you're doing the 4th upgrade, but you have to do one full thing to get upgrade 1, and then yeah. So I was thinking about it a little wrong. Wow, so that means I was right on time with Lumo, because Lumo got his yesterday. After doing he did vent up 3 times.
How many drops you got left now? I'm going right, by the way.
26 million.
26 million.
The lowest I've been in quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 times in one session. Lumo does that. Right now he has a 100. I think it's 100 kilometer running race, but it's like a relay race on the Keys. It's called the Keys 100, and so he's doing that in like 2 weeks, I think. And so he's been focused on running, but he says he still loves to bike. So every other day or so, he'll get on the bike and just ride for like 4 hours just to keep that going. And then take the next day off and run.
We get
I
to
think
8K.
that's what he's doing.
There we go.
So there's also been days that he's been on the bike and he had already ran or was planning to run after.
I want to see the map for that.
Well, I may have to drive to Southern Oregon tomorrow, or Thursday, not tomorrow. Again, for softball.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I'm a week away from Florida.
I'll either be going down there Thursday or Saturday.
Oh, it's up in the air.
So weather, there's supposed to be weather coming in
Oh, okay.
Friday and Saturday. If it looks like the weather's going to hit, then they're going to move the doubleheader to Thursday. So I either take time off work or I give up my Saturday. That's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah.
Do I do
Full
it?
commitment. Yeah. You gotta buy it at some point. That
I
is a
know,
cool
right?
looking bike.
But
I wouldn't mind having one of those.
I want the
In real
drops
life.
for other stuff.
Yeah, Andy doesn't have enough. He's poor. He's drop poor.
I know, I've got 52 million drops. I had 62 million before all these bike upgrades things.
Oh, I know. I was sitting at like 44, 45, and down to 39.
Uh-oh. Lake.
All right, Nick.
I'm gonna do more jungle.
Appreciate you being there. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Have a good one, Nick.
I'll hang off for a little bit yet. If so,
Let me turn.
when Harry was racing with the Project 74, we rode a little bit afterwards. I caught him back up. He disappeared off into the distance after the finish. I'd stopped. Caught him back up. I said, "It looks like you've got a banana out of your butt when you're riding that bike."
Huh.
Yeah. It does. It looks weird from behind, for sure.
Yeah. No, I won't buy it yet. It's there. I can buy it. It's. Well, if I need to.
This is amazing. I'm watching you because you do this with real purchases in real life, and it's funny to watch you managing your drops like you do your money. Like, well, I'm gonna do a little research, make sure it's really what I wanna get.
You don't want to pull it out. The interest I'm accruing in the bank is, it's hard to walk away from that, right?
So I had
I like to
I had
see
some
that
stock
account
options
number
vest.
high.
I had some stock options vest 3 days ago. Only Casey's stock took a bit of a dive to poor Q1 earnings, and right now I've lost $1,000. So I'm not selling them yet.
Yeah.
Waiting for the Black Friday
I mean-
sales. That's right, Nick.
If it wasn't for the fact that the market was sitting pretty high beforehand, I would say that'll probably
Well,
bounce back pretty.
Only a
sometime.
few days before they were 147 each, and now they're 131.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've died. Could be wrong. They might even got down below 130 at one point in the last week. No, 130.90 right now.
Well, it should have regained some value last week.
Well, like I said,
Yeah, there was
on the
some.
22nd, the Q1 earnings were announced, and they just went down.
Yeah.
Last year they went up for the after the Q1 earnings because we did pretty good. But and thankfully they stayed high for the few days that I needed them to after the earnings announcement, because my stock options vest on the 26th each year, and the announcement was on the 22nd. So I stayed high enough for the few days to commit a sell and get what I needed and treat myself to a new radio. And that was the plan this year, only now they're not worth enough. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us on the stream this morning. Much appreciated. Glad you're doing as well as you are, Katie. And we'll be chatting with you through the day, no doubt. Nick, thanks for dropping in. Everybody else that's out there, much appreciated. I'm going to be away for a few days now, but I will be back next week. So take care, have a great week, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.
I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it.